So apparently, this is adulthood now. Nobody prepares you for the emotional confusion of becoming self-aware while everyone around you is still operating like a raccoon trapped in quicksand. I've been doing the work. Therapy adjacent behavior that helps you to be more empathetic towards others who don't know how to be empathetic towards others. Breathing, meditating, journaling, and listening to podcasts hosted by calm people named Crispin. Meanwhile, other adults are out there handling conflict by posting vague social media statuses like, they know what they did. No, they don't. That's why you're posting cryptic haikus at 1:45 a.m. Adulting in the modern world is basically realizing people don't mature automatically with age. Some people are just older teenagers with a Costco membership. And that's terrifying because we that have done the good work have to work in family with them. When I was a kid, I used to think all adults, every adult had wisdom. Now I'm in meetings watching fully grown people professing they don't feel safe because somebody used the wrong font in the PowerPoint. You realize emotional intelligence is rare when you calmly say, hey, maybe there's a different perspective here that we should listen to. And everybody looks at you like you just grew another head. Modern adulthood is exhausting because half the population is trying to grow, while the other half thinks healing means focusing on things that the rest of us have evolved from. And therapy language has gotten out of control. Everybody online is now, this conversation doesn't feel safe. That conversation didn't feel safe. The other conversation didn't feel safe. Really? Because you said that after someone asked you to clean up after yourself at the coffee station. We have somehow, we have weaponized self-help. Someone will ghost you and call it setting boundaries. Someone will get angry with you and call you names, and they call it setting boundaries. Have you noticed how self-awareness ruins small talk? You can't casually interact with anyone anymore. Someone says, how are you? And you're internally debating. Well, spiritually, I'm evolving. Emotionally, I'm healing. Psychologically, I'm unpacking. And physically, I ate shredded cheese over the sink at 3 o'clock in the morning. Adulthood. You know what I miss? Childhood confidence. Kids have incredible self-esteem. A 5-year-old will wear a Spider-Man cape to school. They'll mix and match colors and stripes and plaids and be thoroughly confident in themselves. In the meantime, adults send emails like, sorry to bother you, sorry for existing, sorry for the font, sorry this arrived during your lifetime. And social media has somehow not helped. Everybody's scampering to have the most likes, to be liked by strangers. Everybody's scampering to be a life coach, an expert in life coaching. Everybody's scampering to be a trauma expert or building a new brand this week. Nobody's just John anymore or Steve. Even relaxation is stressful now. Try meditating and your brain keeps thinking and ruminating. Okay, about that embarrassing thing that you said in 2014. Hmm. Thank you, brain, but you're not helping me right now. And self-growth, it creates a weird type of loneliness because once you've become emotionally aware, you start noticing how many conversations are just people defending their ego in business casual clothing. You're not trying to communicate calmly, you're trying to win. You say, I'd like mutual understanding. They say, well, I already told 3 people that you were difficult. Wow, I didn't know that our relationship building was a group project. This makes you realize maturity isn't about becoming perfect. Maturity is learning which battles are worth your remaining serotonin. Sometimes your growth mind says, you know what? You can absolutely misunderstand me from a distance. That's peace. That's growth. That's evolution. That's modern adulting. Because at the end of the day, adulthood is basically trying to heal your inner child that becomes an adult child while simultaneously answering emails, resetting password, pretending to understand taxes, and drinking water because your back suddenly has its own opinions. The authentic truth is, most people are just on autopilot, doing what they usually do through muscle memory and not paying attention to what they're thinking, saying, or doing. The emotionally evolved people have emotional intelligence and adaptive intelligence, trying to pivot and reset around that and secretly panicking for you. Hmm. Thank you for listening. You've been great. You've been a great audience. Hope to see you next time.